Welcome back to Trucking Safety with Sam Watts. I, of course, am Sam Watts. This is part 2. If you didn't see part 1, make sure you go back and watch that. I got to go up and sit down with the ladies of the Trailer Trash podcast. And like I said, part 1 was riveting, as you know, because you've watched it already. Part 2 is just as good. A lot of laughs, a lot of fun, a lot of really good questions, and a lot of good conversations about safety and how that kind of works, and some of that fun stuff that I like to talk about. And obviously, you like to talk about it or listen to it too, because you're watching and you're listening to this. So God bless you guys. Thank you very much. So we're gonna jump right now into episode or part 2 of the conversation. And again, the little, what's the word I'm looking for? The little cautionary tale at the beginning. There is some language in this. The ladies of the Trailer Trash podcast did a really good job of keeping it a really hard PG, but it does dive into a little PG-13. So I'm just giving you a heads up on that. It's a great conversation. And again, huge thank you to our sponsor, Ewing Safety, ewingsafety.com. Make sure you go check them out if you need anything safety related, or if you just want to, browse through a catalog. Their catalog is massive. It's got tons of stuff. If you can't find it at Ewing Safety, you probably don't need it. I'm just saying, that's a pretty bold statement, but I think I could stand behind it. I don't know. I haven't even gone through the whole catalog myself. Like, that's how big it is. Sitting on my nightstand, I read it every night, whatever. But anyways, huge thank you to Ewing Safety. Thank you guys very much. Go check them out, ewingsafety.com. Now, sit back, relax, and enjoy part 2 of the conversation that I had with the Trailer Trash podcast.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Back to ELogs. So,
ELogs.
Yeah. How did that go? Because you were working in operations at the time when the switch happened, right?
Yep.
How was trying to navigate that with drivers? What was I think I know the general consensus.
Yeah, it
on
was not good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it was like pulling teeth.
Yeah.
Like, you guys got to do this. And because here's the deal, like back in the day, and maybe you're all too young to know this, I don't know, but like guys would have weekday logbooks and then weekend logbooks, and maybe one in between.
Okay.
So and guys were making obscene amount of money because they were just running it everywhere anytime they could. So, like I said before, the guys that had the biggest problem with ELogs were the ones that were doing it horribly wrong to begin with. So the guys that were doing it right just had to kind of figure out the technology. Like, what do I push? How do I do this? And granted, they were a lot more archaic back then. Like now, you can run it off your cell phone, and it's just push, done. You're good to go. But back then, it was just a big box that we had to install. I mean, it wasn't cost efficient. It was a pain in the neck. But guys were doing it fine. But it was the guys that were like, well, I'm up against my 70 now. Yeah, you've always been up against your 70. You just pulled out your other logbook and kept going. So
exactly.
Those are the guys, and a lot of them. I shouldn't say a lot. I knew some that left the industry because they're like, I'm not going to have the federal government tell me what to do. It's like, okay, you don't get to drive a truck then.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, sorry.
So let me ask you the specific hours. You got the 11, you got the 14. Do you agree with those set hours when it comes to safety? Do you think those are good hours to have?
I think so.
Okay.
And only because I really don't know like a good alternative.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do the 16 hours short haul or the adverse driving weather exemption. Like, you get caught in a snowstorm, you can get 2 extra driving hours. But I think it's good for the drivers because it gives them at least 10 hours off. Like, at least gives them time, like that they could say, I can't go. Like, they need rest, they need to sleep, just like all of us. They're not robots. Sometimes dispatchers will get mad at you because, like, well, I need this load there now, but this guy's saying he doesn't have hours. It's like, the guy doesn't have hours. He's not a robot. You got to let these guys rest for a little bit.
Right.
So I've actually found now that operations is starting to get a little more annoyed with ELogs than drivers are, because they can't do what they can't get this load there. And the driver's like, I don't have hours, and then they just kick back and play video games, and the dispatcher's like trying to figure out how to get the load there.
Right.
So it's kind of almost flipped a little bit.
Right.
That's an interesting take. But I can see it. I don't know. Like, Grandpa used to run way back in the day with paper logs, and he would run his ass off. And then, I mean, he was running obscene amounts of hours.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and even like when they were
could.
trying to keep the books somewhat regular, it's like, oh, I started at 11 o'clock. Well, no, you actually started at 10:20.
Yeah,
but, you just got those 40 minutes. And that's one of the hardest things for guys to know, because these ELogs now, they go by the second. So like I'll have guys go themselves in violations because they took off 5 seconds too soon, and it just throws them off. Now we can fix that because obviously they weren't trying to do anything. But I'm like, you got to give a 10 hour and 1 minute. Like just give it that minute. If you can't make on time delivery because of an extra minute, you did a horrible job planning this trip out. So but yeah, that's a lot of guys have a hard time with that.
So what does that mean then when they get, like, for example, they get an ELog violation, they get, I'm going to throw like a couple different things in here. Let's say like a DOT accident, just an accident. What is it their CSA score that's affected? I forget which, they've got like an overall safety score as like an individual,
ISS?
don't they?
They,
A lot
well,
of acronyms.
so do you say ISS?
I did.
Good.
Yeah?
Cool. No, but I'm glad you knew that.
I was like, I swear I know these acronyms.
She's got your acronym.
I know.
episode
It's in my
playing in
ear.
her ear right now.
I'm glad you know it though. That's what I'm saying. Good job for knowing that. But
thank you.
but that was horribly wrong.
Oh, awesome.
No, just kidding.
A for effort.
It could affect the ISS score.
Okay.
Yes, you're on the right track. You're just a
Okay.
little further down than we are.
Okay.
So there are some states that will kind of track drivers on that stuff.
Okay.
But it will ultimately comes back to the company. So if you get into a bad accident, you're going to get points on your CSA score for that or your CSA report. A lot of people are confused by that because they think, like, I'll get guys like, what's their CSA score? I'm like, we don't have one. It's a percentage. You know, it's
Right.
like, are we over or are we below the threshold? That's what we care about. So if you get into an accident like that, it could put you over the threshold. Then all of a sudden, DOT will start looking at you. So there's, I don't want to get into this too much, but there's 7 different categories.
Yep.
Because if you want to know more about this, you should listen to my podcast, Trucking Safety with Sam Watts, because I dive into, see?
But not until you're done listening to our podcast.
But not until you're done listening to this one, because I'm going to give you a little tease. But yeah, so there's different categories.
Yep.
And crashes in one of them, and like hours of service violations another one, vehicle maintenance, things like that. Driver fitness, nothing to do with physical fitness, because if it was, half the drivers I know would not be able to be a driver. But that was a dig. I'm sorry.
That was a joke.
That was a joke.
I'm laughing.
Yeah, that was a joke. There is no 100-meter dash. If you can't run a 10-second 100-meter dash, you can't drive.
Well, I cannot drive.
Yeah, I can't drive. Yeah, the Olympics are coming up. I'm eager to not watch them, but
I was just gonna dog you for watching the Olympics.
I go USA, but I don't care.
Yeah.
Although I will say, wow, now we're doing rabbit hole. In next year or the next 4 years, the next Summer Olympics is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
I potentially might know a kid that's going to be in it. So if that happens, I'll watch
you'll
him.
watch, yeah.
Then I'll watch. I'll cheer for him. But he's a male gymnast, so I'm not sure if it'll actually be televised because no one cares about the male gymnasts.
What does he do?
I don't know. I
The
guess I've
rings?
never watched.
What's
I
that?
like the guys that do the little rings.
Yeah, that like
Easy.
they look like little
Easy over there.
like carrots almost swinging around. I'm gonna cry my eyelashes off. Hold on.
Oh, don't do that.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, but so if he's in it, I'll watch. But yeah, it's unbelievable. Like I knew this kid when he was little.
Yeah.
And then they moved to Colorado, and like he kept doing gym, and all that stuff. And then
Yeah.
I saw a picture of him the other day. I'm like, holy cow, he looks like a gymnast. Like he's
Right.
Oh,
just
that's
cut.
cool, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's not fair.
It's fair. You put in all this hard work and it's not fair that I don't look like him.
I have done nothing like he has, and I look nothing like him. I don't get it.
Bullshit.
Some kids had all the luck. I tell you what.
They do.
Yeah. But anyways, but driver fitness. Do they have a CDL? Do they have so all that stuff? If you get violations against that, that just raises your score in those categories.
Yep.
If you're over the threshold in one, not a big deal. I shouldn't say that. Big deal, but DOT's not going to look at you.
Yep.
If you go over 2, DOT's going to maybe kind of start looking around and sending you a letter, hey, you should probably watch it. If you get over 3, that's when DOT's going to come in to you. So there's not necessarily the driver has a score that's going to get dinged, but it's going to go against the company.
Okay.
And whether or not the company wants to keep that driver on board, like DOT is going to want to see, did you train the driver properly? Was he
Yeah.
had continuous training? Should he have been? Because you would not believe how many times a guy will get into an accident and then all of a sudden, hey, they don't have a valid CDL.
Right.
That's going to hurt the company. So
Well, that's okay. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but like,
Are you?
No, I'm not.
Welcome to my world.
Continued education though for your drivers. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what do you guys do for that? Because you get like guys complacency,
Right.
right?
Yep.
So from a safety point, like, what do you guys do for your company?
So that's where those weekly videos that I
The
said
weekly
now. Yep.
videos.
So that's because again, that's actually the topic for this coming week's safety video that I'm doing.
Perfect.
So that's good. Not so good on the ISS, but complacency, good job.
Well, I made up for
really
it here.
good job.
Yeah.
That's home run. So yeah, because that's the thing. The video that I send out a video every week, and the video that we're showing this week is by one of our most veteran drivers doing an incredibly stupid thing and busting off a door of a trailer. And it's like, you got complacent, dude.
Yep.
You thought you could do this. You've done it 100 times, and you got lazy on yourself,
Yep.
and you busted this thing up, and now it costs us $1,500 to fix it.
Yep.
So that's where I try to get all those out every week so that we could say, look, we are trying to train these guys. Ultimately it comes down to the driver. Like
Yeah.
they have
Yep.
to be able to drive well, not get into accidents. But as a safety guy, it's my job to make sure that they're being aware of what could possibly happen
Right.
out there and not getting complacent, not getting lazy, or saying, look, this is what cars are doing now.
Yep.
Because I get alerts that we have like close followings
Yeah,
on our
following
stuff.
times, yeah.
And I always feel bad because now I'm super conscious of it when I'm like on an
Yeah.
interstate and I pull in front of a guy. I'm like, oh,
Yep.
I probably just set off his close following
Yeah.
thing
Yep,
now. My
I do
bad.
the same thing.
Yeah. So we get that. And so like I'll show guys, there's a lot of the videos we show that our guys did everything perfect,
Right.
but it's just cars doing crazy
Yep.
stuff in front of them. Like, guys, this is what's happening out there. So just make
Yep.
sure you don't get complacent on us and be
Right.
like, oh, I'm just driving down an interstate and
Right.
nothing's going to happen. And here comes a car off the shoulder.
Right.
And so
And what is that? They call that like defensive driving
Defensive
or something.
driving, yep.
When you
Defensive
can't
driving.
control other motorists on the road.
Yep.
And like as much as it pisses you off that they're behaving the way they are, you just got to do what's right and like back off or whatever.
And that's what I tell the guys. In fact, unfortunately, we had to let a guy go a couple months ago now, but he could not let go of when someone would cut him off. And so he would get pissed off at him and like speed up and try to like the final straw was that he was like coming over on the shoulder because they were trying to pass him on the shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
And he was ticked off at him. And so I'm like, dude, you can't, like, I always tell the guys, if a car makes you mad, just slow down like 5 miles an hour. Just slow down 5
Yep.
miles an hour for 30 seconds and you'll never see the car again.
Yep.
Right.
Like it's so not worth you getting upset about this for a
Right.
car doing something stupid because it's not going to affect you and you're never going to see him again and just let him go.
Right.
It's not worth it.
Or
and
you,
it's a risk even with that
Right.
big of, like you got your truck and you got your
Right.
trailer. That's a huge piece of equipment that is extremely dangerous.
Exactly.
Over a
And
dumb situation.
and right now, so I drove from, not in a truck, but in my car. I drove from Illinois to Florida about a couple months ago or a month, whatever. And every billboard I passed, like south of Kentucky, was lawyers. Like, hey, you
Oh,
get hit by
yeah.
a truck, you get into a truck accident.
Really?
Yeah.
Lawyers know exactly what they're doing now. They know what they're looking for,
Yeah.
and they know how to blame the truck. Because if you get into an accident, lawyers are going to be on you right away, and they're going to want to see the driver's logbooks. They're going to want to see any violations they had. Like, they know exactly what they're looking for,
Yep.
and they're really good at it.
Yep.
So that's why I always tell the guys too, like, you can't even put yourself in that situation, because if you do, like, God forbid someone dies or gets hurt or anything like
Yeah.
that. Like, if you kill somebody in your truck, you are going to jail. Most
Yeah.
likely, unless we can visually prove that they did something wrong.
Right.
Right.
But like, if there's kind of a question about that, like, you could be looking at jail time.
Yeah. We had somebody that parked. There was an accident down near, where was it? Where the
St.
tandems
Michael.
fell off.
Yeah,
St. Michael. They parked
The
the trailer.
tandems fell off
Yes.
the trailer.
Yes.
Correct.
And killed somebody. And they parked with us up
Yeah, it
here.
was an owner op who parked with
And
us.
I just got a call last week, actually, because you said the lawyer thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a group of lawyers that wanted to come out and look at the trailer. And I was like, I don't know what to tell you. He pulled it out in February.
Oh.
They lost the trailer, could not find it. I don't know if they were looking to hide it or what.
Sure.
But yeah, they wanted to come out and pick through it and see what was going on. And yeah.
Yeah, I'm dealing with one. We just got done with it like a week or two ago. Like, the lawyers finally said, okay, we're done with this. And this happened in beginning of 2022. And they just finally are done investigating
Yeah.
because it killed a person.
Yep.
Yep.
And it wasn't even our fault. But we were involved in it. And so like all of our trucks or all of our equipment had to be parked. And
Right.
yeah, we just got done with it. And
Yeah.
Wow.
yeah,
That's
so
stressful.
they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And there is, everyone's heard the nuclear verdict term.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they know it, and they're shooting for that every time. And it's
Yeah.
just going up, 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 and up.
Well, they know where to get it, these big trucking companies.
Yep.
They're like, that's where the money is.
Yeah.
Let's get after it. But I mean, just to go back to when you're telling drivers, like, just slow down 5 miles an hour, 30 seconds, it might feel, because I'm the type of person to be like, fucking cut me off, get out of my way, and I'll ride up there, and then I'm like, yo, chill.
Yeah.
But it feels really good to be a dick for a couple seconds, but then you cause an accident that kills somebody because you were a dick, and then where are we
Yeah,
sitting?
exactly.
Yeah, it's funny. Ever since getting a motorcycle, like that has completely changed my driving habits because, like,
Yes.
when you're and you know this if you've ridden, like you're just completely exposed out there.
Yep.
And like if someone does something stupid, which a lot of cars do,
Yep.
like I can't tell you how many cars I pass on that thing they're on their phones,
yeah.
like they're texting. I saw a guy reading a book one time. Like I'm not even sure
book?
how that. I
That
kid you
is
not.
impressive.
I wouldn't
give
be able
him
to do that.
credit.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, it's the Ron Burgundy thing. I'm not even mad. I'm impressed. Yeah,
There's audiobooks.
Milk was a bad choice.
go into your glass box of emotion.
Who reads while they drive?
Yeah, I don't know.
Bark twice if you're in Boston.
You know I don't speak Spanish.
Any more we want to throw out really quick.
It's an optical illusion of the pants.
Oh
my gosh.
Have you
So
seen that
we
movie,
like
Ellie?
Anchorman.
No, but I just was laughing along
Yeah.
with it.
Okay, it's Anchorman.
You've never seen Anchorman?
No, I was just laughing along with the jokes. I felt like it was fitting.
Oh wow, wow.
Honey.
I don't watch movies or
What?
TV shows really.
Okay, well, you're going to watch this
I know,
one.
I'm
Yeah,
weird.
you've got to watch this one.
That came out like right when I was in broadcasting school.
Yeah.
So like we all
Oh,
memorized
I-
that
oh,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, we were huge fans of
Yeah.
Anchorman 2 had
yes,
moments,
so.
but
yeah, it wasn't
first
worth
one?
it. I fell asleep during Anchorman
Is
2
that
in the
like
theater, actually.
Marvel and
No, oh,
No,
It's not
It's
that
like
stuff?
it's like satire. 60% of the time it works every time.
she's only 9. Wow, look at the time.
I best be going.
like I said, I am a child.
Wow. So Justin Bieber, he's
Yeah.
cool. Or we're into the new ones now.
She's a 19-year-old horse girl, not like a 19-year-old
Yeah.
hip hop girl.
Horse,
yeah.
Yes.
like with the SE, horse girl.
Yes.
Okay.
a
Hey, I saw
cowgirl.
the rodeos coming up in town here.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I had a cousin who was in the PRCA.
Oh,
He did
yeah.
the roping. Yep.
Yeah.
He was a healer.
Nice.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Made it to the finals in Vegas.
That's cool.
Wow.
Really?
They make a ton of money.
Yeah.
Yes.
Holy Hannah.
He was very good then.
He was very good. Yeah, he
Yeah.
does
Yes.
clinics out in North Dakota now. And he raises performance horses.
They make a lot of money.
Holy cow.
What's your cousin's name?
Yeah.
Put the ring back on.
You're married,
Yeah, what is his
ma'am.
Yeah,
name?
he's
though?
married to. His name is Tucker Dale.
Tucker?
Tucker Dale.
Tucker Dale.
And his partner
catchy
was
one.
his partner's still doing it. Levi Lord, his name is. Okay. Yep.
You
so-
know Levi Lord?
Isn't he married to Shalley Lord or Shalley Lord?
Oh gosh, now you're starting to get over my head. Possibly.
I know like of her.
So there's the Lord names are kind of big in the South Dakota. So like Levi's the kid, the dad is JD, I want to say.
Okay.
And yeah, so that's all I know about horses. But we go to the rodeos.
That's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, when he was in them, we would go. And
Hey,
then
Sam, do you know what nanny slamming is?
nanny slamming. Oh, is that like goat tying?
Yes.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I
he
like
guessed it too
Dakota
quick.
trying to pull like the
Yeah,
the
she's trying to
tricky
get back at you for the
questions.
ISS thing or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you can try to guess. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Didn't
I'm
I just say
trying to
it
think of
right?
anything.
What
Yeah,
did he
it
say?
is. You
Yeah,
did.
he did.
Goat tying.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Good,
Yeah.
right.
Dakota said goat roping.
What?
That was her first guess. Was goat roping.
Yeah.
Goat roping.
Yeah.
Which
I feel bad for the goats.
I do too.
Some of
Thank
those girls
you.
come out and they are built.
They
And
are.
just
They're
take 'em
corn
and-
fed.
well, yeah, you're supposed
Snitches.
to like PETA don't come after me, but you're supposed to like knock them down and knock the wind out of them so
Yeah.
they won't
Oh
kick
my
the rope
God.
out.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a goal to knock the wind out of them?
Well, then they don't kick, and if they kick out, then
That wasn't an answer. Is it a goal to knock the wind
you're
out of
not
them?
like purposely like let me slam you, but you want to like put a little oomph behind it. So
Okay,
The
so
one-
yes, the answer is yes.
The one I saw, the lady just grabbed the rope and started punching the goat. Just right. I'm just kidding.
No.
Just kidding.
I think that
She had anger issues, but we got my mom out of there and it was fine.
Oh, man. That was rich.
the only
It sounds like your
bad
mom should listen to our
experience-
podcast.
The only bad experience that I witnessed with goat tying is
Nope.
a gal's horse's like hoof, so the horseshoe on the back of
Oh,
it,
yeah.
got caught on the goat string
Whoops.
that it was attached to, and just kicking, and then it was horrific.
I've seen goats fight back. Like they'll take that rope, they'll like
Yeah.
run around the rope and then trip the lady.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've seen
yes.
that. That's
I would cheer.
Yeah,
for
they
and then
were
you kind of
like
cheer for the
close
goat at
up.
that
you
point.
do.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
back up, because my brain malfunctioned when you tried to explain what just happened.
So the goats, do you know those little twistable
Bread
dog
ties.
chain things that go on the ground?
Yes.
You twist
Oh,
them
yeah,
in?
yeah.
Essentially, that's what a goat is on in the middle of the arena. And they're
Okay.
on like a leash.
Okay.
You run up to it, you're getting off your horse, your
Yeah.
horse is still running.
Okay.
You're not supposed to touch the string with your horse. You'll get
Okay.
like that's bad. So this gal's horse, its horseshoe on its foot got caught because it ran over the rope. It got caught underneath the horseshoe, and then that was stuck because those horseshoes are nailed into their hooves.
Yeah.
Caught the goat and was kicking at it, and then the goat can't get off because it has a little like dog collar on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can't go and like stop this horse from that because it's already in a bad situation. So
Lord rest that goat's
Yeah, it
that
was,
goat's
uh,
sort.
it,
The goat's soul.
The goat died, didn't it?
it didn't make it.
It did or didn't?
It did not.
It did not make it.
Unfortunately.
Well,
Yeah, it made it like an hour afterwards, and then they're like,
so it suffered quite a bit, and then they put it down.
unfortunately, yes.
Wow.
This is dark. It's me.
Yeah.
I'm the goat.
That was
It was
that was
fine.
great.
It was
Thank you,
fine.
Ellie.
It was okay. The even worse thing is that I rode that horse. Like I ran that horse right before the gal ran it. So I rode her horse first.
Oh.
Ran a fine time. She went right after it, and I was like,
So how much do you make? Can I ask? How much do you make if you win goat tying at like the county fair here?
a county fair doesn't pay out.
Well, whatever. If you're at a paying event,
Oh. For the rodeo association that I was in, I think you'd get like $120 max.
see, this is what's so unfair about rodeo. Like this is my beef with rodeo. So I had a race car for a while, and we'd run it at the local track. I spent hundreds of dollars getting that race car ready, and you get $50.
Yep.
And these guys have like one horse that they throw a bale of hay at that Grandpa gave them in 1948,
Yep.
and they get like $120. Or like my cousin, he makes a living doing that. Like you have no
Well,
expense. I mean, I know he's good, so he gets, but like if he wins one of his big events, it's like 20, 40 grand that he wins at that thing.
That's at like a different level. So
Right.
pro rodeos, yeah, you're getting more into the money because they have like 20,000 added or
Yeah.
stuff like that.
And they do
That's a lot more money.
jackpots?
Correct. Yeah.
Which no one's even there.
Yeah. The rodeo association that I was in, I honestly didn't think that it paid out very well.
Paid more than the race car association I was in.
But then you got to think about how much it is. Like they do extra charges for even just using goats. So like barrel racers, it would be $45 for an entry fee to run on 3 metal barrels. But if you want to go and run after a goat, it's $65 because there's a goat involved.
And then you win
$20 stock
120.
fee.
Okay.
But then that's not even counting. You're there all weekend. You got to get food. You have to have a generator. You have to pay for an electrical spot. You got to keep your horses fed. You got to get pens for your horse. Like it just.
That dang old rodeo.
Yeah.
I can't ask her
it's
this.
a lot for little.
Have you guys seen 10 Things I Hate About You?
Yes.
Are you thinking about that scene where they're asking if you would date Kat Strafford? And like,
Yes.
no, unless there's goats. Are there goats? Something like that. That's all I was thinking about when you were describing goats. I'm like, no, unless there's goats. Are
There's
there
like-
goats? You see, I'm
That's
not
another
even-
good one.
I'm looking
Yeah.
at it. That
We're
thing
gonna
was
make a
made
list.
before you were born.
Anchorman.
10 things I hate about
It's
you.
like
Heath
10 things I
Ledger.
hate about you.
It's controversial because some people will say it pays out great.
Yeah.
Some people will be like, it's not really worth
You
it.
know, I think it's all about how you look at the glass, half full, half empty.
Correct.
I mean,
Sure.
I
Yeah.
did it because I love the sport.
Yeah.
I didn't care about the money.
You
I
loved the
didn't care
sport
about
and you
winning.
hated goats.
And killing
It was a
No,
perfect.
no,
Yeah.
it wasn't me. It wasn't me. I liked goats.
Oh, he's
I
like, I
pet
get
them
to knock the
afterwards.
wind out
You
of
go
some
there-
goats. Sign
you go
me
there,
up.
You take your little string off and you give them a little rub. You got a little pet them a little bit. Like, thank you for your time.
Oh, I'm sure that's exactly what they want after they've just been DDT'd in an arena full
I
of
I thought they did that with
thousands.
sheep, not goats.
No,
That's
just
mutton busting.
I used to do that.
I
too.
thought they tied up sheep too.
Nope.
That
Time
wasn't a
passed.
rodeo you were at when you saw that. That was a much different thing.
That was one of those backyard ones where they run goats.
It was definitely
know.
a
Where they
Stearns
run
County
sheep.
thing,
That.
though.
No, I did. I think I told the girls I had like sheep surfed up at the Clearwater Rodeo
Oh,
one time. I was
that's right.
super intoxicated, and they
yes.
like all like go into a corner. Ellie told me it's because they're scared of me.
Oh,
Yes.
no, I get
And
it.
if you go in and you distribute your weight properly, you can sheep surf
Oh,
seamlessly.
sure.
You're not even dipping into anything because they're so fluffy. It was nice. Highly recommend.
So off,
Yeah, that got weird. That got
so
really
off
weird really
topic.
quick.
I love this rebel that we're going into, but at the last rodeo that I was at, they shaved the sheep. They sheared them
Yeah.
before, so they were just like bald rats
Oh.
running around the
They look
arena.
like ball
And the
sacks
kids-
running around.
The kids just had nothing to grab onto. It was, they look so disgusting when they're like sheared.
Yeah,
They're
they do.
little rats.
Yeah.
Honestly.
So, Sam,
Yeah.
what is the most frequent violation you see? And on top of that, what is the hardest habit to break for drivers?
Oh, I
Oh,
like
man.
that
I
like that
question.
I'm still thinking about goats. The biggest violation that I see.
Or the one that comes up the most often?
Speeding.
Speeding?
Yeah,
Okay.
guys just have a lead foot.
Yeah.
You can govern trucks, obviously, but guys figure out ways around that even
Right.
sometimes.
You know, down a hill and
You can do
let her roll.
That.
sure, yeah. Although a lot of the trucks are automatics now, so you can't do that anymore.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
that's
Can't
true.
throw that thing into neutral.
You
and
missed
just-
the after the.
Yeah, I love the sound effects of them. With
Yeah.
that, I was waiting for you to do it.
I forgot that part, but yeah, speeding's obviously the big one.
Okay,
And it's really tough. Sorry, I'm getting a call.
You're good.
I don't care about them. What was I saying? It's tough.
Take
because,
it on air.
Yeah, take
Right
it on. I
now.
don't even know who it is. It's
It's a driver.
probably.
Yeah.
Oh no, it wasn't. It was recruiting. Anyways, we'll call back. Speeding. Yeah, that's a big one because, and it's really tough to dictate because like your speed in Minneapolis, like going through town, is going to be different than your speed like on the interstate because like Minneapolis is like 55 miles an hour, but
Right.
everyone's doing 65.
Right.
And if you go 55, you actually are being more dangerous out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
So-
the butt plug.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You what?
that's what you call them, a butt plug.
I don't.
Holding up
But
traffic.
oh.
No.
If
no.
you're big, you're slow. Get
I
the
told-
over.
I told you before we started this. I said we're gonna try and keep it PG, and I'm the one muffing it up.
I'm trying.
These
I'm being so
stops are
good.
not stopping.
Usually it's me, but
yeah.
Yeah, I am learning so much stuff today.
Yeah.
you are.
But
So
yeah.
these guys gotta
so,
go.
So they
Yeah.
gotta go. Yeah. And I always tell the guys like I'm never going to say speed. Like I'm never going to condone speeding, but I'm always going to say drive the appropriate speed that the situation calls for.
Yes.
Yep.
So if traffic is doing 65, you're in a 55. You should probably do 63 at least, just
Right.
so you're not in the way. And then if you're on the interstate, everything's fine. Then do the speed limit.
Yep.
That's what we say. But yeah, speeding is the biggest one. And then how do you curb it?
no, just I would assume that kind of goes in the same question. Just the hardest one to break.
Hardest one to break, yeah,
Speeding.
speeding. And, you know, cruise control. That's the
Yeah.
biggest thing. Guys, you know, but they don't want to do it. You know, they think that if they can get there faster, then they can load it. And it's just a mindset that really isn't real. Like it's just
Right.
in their mind. Like a lot of places have very hard delivery times.
Yeah.
So it's like, congratulations, they're 4 hours early.
Yep.
You're going to sit now.
You're still working with the
Some
same
you can get
hours.
worked in, but
Correct.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was always one of my biggest pet peeves with, when I was doing operations, I tell guys, hey, it's an 8 a.m. appointment. Okay. And then I was up at 4, so I drove over there. I'm like, great, you started your clock, and now you're going to be sitting for a while. Like, it's 8 a.m. Unless you call them and they say, come on over, we'll unload you.
Yep.
Like, don't move. Like,
Yeah.
just stop it.
Yeah.
But
So I'm pretty sure the distracted driving blitz week was 2 weeks ago, right? Not last
Yes.
week, but the week before.
something like that, yeah.
So
What do safety people do during blitz week? Do you
We
just
pray.
party? You pray.
Pray hard.
Pray
Like,
hard.
and we take the bad guys off the road.
Oh,
Jim,
do you?
don't know.
You just
well,
cherry
some
pick?
do.
Yeah?
Some do. Some companies will shut down. Like they will take. I've heard of
really?
that.
Wow.
Not big
Interesting.
companies, but smaller companies. Yeah.
That's
They just
terrifying.
they
you think
take.
the bigger companies could afford to like shut down the bad drivers for a little bit versus these smaller companies?
You could. I mean, I don't know.
That's interesting. I've never heard of anybody shutting
No, I
down
haven't
their
either.
blitz.
Oh yeah, like little, like not big, like 3, 4, 5 truck lines. Like those
Yeah.
those kind of take a break.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
or they'll run stuff that they know they can run on highways.
Oh.
You know,
Okay.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, for that, no, we just, so the nice thing about the CVSA is they'll kind of give you a heads up.
Yep.
Yep.
And so as soon as we get that, we start preaching to the guys like, hey, like if they're watching for this, like just get everything in order. Like, and I always tell them, this shouldn't be a big deal. Like, cause you should be running
Right.
compliantly
Yep.
right now.
Every
like,
single day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you should,
Yep.
no one should be panicking right now. And if you are, we're probably gonna have to have a talk.
Yep.
But it just, giving them a heads up like, hey, this is coming. And the biggest thing that I got to tell the guys all the time, I shouldn't say all the guys, be nice to the DOT officers, because like that will go so far in your favor. Like if you show up and you are a prick to them, there is not a truck on the road right now that is 100% compliant.
Right.
There's not one. And if you're a prick to them, they'll find that thing.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
for sure.
So I always tell the guys, just be nice to them. And then it usually, because I've walked around with a DOT officer when he was doing a level 1, and he was kind of showing me what he looks for and all that stuff. And so we had a good talk about that. And he said everything is up to him or the DOT officer,
Right.
what they give you a violation for. So if you're nice, I've seen a lot of them where they'll be like, just go get that fixed. Okay. And just, they'll be on your way. But if you're a prick, man,
Yep.
you're like, oh, that's a violation. Let me see your logbook. Oh,
Yeah,
let's go back.
exactly.
Oh,
Well, and
so,
who wouldn't do that, If
of course,
I'm
yeah.
somebody inspecting, you're a prick to me, I'm going to do that. But, okay, you said they give everybody a heads up of when Blitz Week will be. But I think we discussed it on our last, Blitz Week episode, was they give you the heads up on the week, but sometimes the week
Yeah.
before.
they'll start early.
Or
Start
the
early or
week
start late.
after.
Yeah.
Yep.
They'll still be going hard at
Oh, yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, they're still, even right now, they're still doing DOT inspections. So
Right, yeah.
they just they have a couple extra guys out there, and they're kind of preparing, and they're
Yeah.
training guys too. Like CVSA is always training new guys, so I mean,
Exposed
those
guys.
guys are kind of getting the ropes and stuff like
Yeah.
that too. So that's why I tell the guys, like, Blitz Week shouldn't be scary.
Yeah.
Like, we should be good, and if you're not, we need to talk.
Right.
So this shouldn't be anything big, but if you do have some issues, clean them up. Okay,
Yep.
let's figure this out.
And Blitz Week isn't only for it's mostly tractor trailers and whatnot, but it's not only for tractor trailer drivers. It's
No.
for motorists
General
as
motors
well.
and stuff too.
Correct.
Yeah,
Okay.
they'll do some of that stuff too, and
Yeah.
buses. A lot of times people forget
Yeah.
buses,
Yep.
Yep.
which I can't really speak of. I've never done passenger bus safety.
Right.
I know that if it's over 8 people, then it becomes like a DOT type situation. But
Sure.
I've never
Yeah.
dove into that world.
Yeah, I know their last theme was distracted driving.
Yeah,
For this last
And the one coming up is brakes, I think,
brakes,
isn't it?
yeah.
Is it, when is that one coming up?
August, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, August.
Is it
And then they'll-
typically during the summer? I feel like they've been super close together.
Yeah, who wants to do inspections in the winter?
Well, yeah.
Cold out there. Yeah.
I mean, it depends on where you live.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you guys live in a cold area.
I will take our snowy days over
Over
Never.
venomous snakes and
Never.
alligators and
Just,
spiders that
mean,
could kill you. Yeah.
heat in general. I don't do well in heat.
Oh.
Give me
I didn't like
50.
I didn't like Florida.
No, I don't like.
I don't like the heat and
Humid.
humidity.
No,
yeah.
the heat,
Yeah.
yeah.
The humidity is
exactly.
one thing.
It was
Oh.
one of our coworkers, Alex. He was talking about going to Florida one time, and he was like, "Oh, lucky." And the guy he was talking to was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "No, I'm just kidding. Florida feels like a fucking bowl of soup. I hate Florida."
That's a really good way of describing it.
is.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
a bowl of chili.
Yeah.
It depends on when you go, though. I've made the mistake of going at the end of August.
No, that's no
Oh.
good.
And it was
My
Fort
God,
Myers
no.
Beach where I went, and I was in a bikini, and I still I wanted to peel my skin off of my bones. It was so freaking hot.
You're all about dismembering yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really dark today.
Yeah, that's not good.
But you go in the spring, and it's beautiful. I love it.
We went in May and it was hot.
Oh, May, yeah, May is
Yeah,
getting a
it was,
little warm.
because I was kind of in that mindset. I'm like, we might be hitting it before it really, hits.
Yeah.
But nope.
Maybe reconsider that next time.
Yep.
Advice. Oh,
that was
shit.
a joke.
You know what we didn't do?
Thank you.
No, I got it.
I was laughing my
I just responded how I would appropriately respond.
Maybe reconsider that next time.
I'm the dad here. I'll make the dad jokes. Okay.
Right. Sorry.
We didn't do word of the week with Ellie.
Oh snap! We did.
Great.
Well.
My favorite time.
Can you, Sam, think of a word that's hard to
In
pronounce?
safety.
Oh, in
And
Or
safety.
what,
Safety.
or what you think that I wouldn't be able to pronounce. Like you have to type out
You're
the
gonna have to
word.
write it down.
So I have to figure out how to
um,
pronounce it. You can't say it.
You really put him on the spot.
Well, I was gonna say the one that always got me was conveyance, personal conveyance. But since we've talked so much about
Yeah.
it, I would
Yeah,
think that'd be
you're
pretty easy. A safety word that is, gosh, I don't know.
You're really on the spot right here.
I am. I'm like
if
I'm,
you didn't feel pressure before, you do now.
And his CB handle is the light bulb.
the light bulb. I should have ideas. Oh man, You have to talk amongst yourselves while I
Okay.
think. Yeah.
So, anyways, Anchorman. The plot of the movie is
No, I can't think. Now I'm thinking of Anchorman quotes.
so this
Oh.
goat I saw one time.
I have many
got
leather-bound
mauled.
books. My home smells of sweet.
Rich mahogany.
Oh, that would have
So
been a good one.
typically,
Rich
what
mom,
we
I
would
like
do
that one.
is they would find a word for me.
Oh no, I've listened to the show. I know exactly what we're talking about.
Oh no!
I,
Stop.
I know what it is.
I'm
You.
just-
I got
This is
this.
Sam's part of the show.
I won't steal the spotlight.
well, I'm just so as a frequent listener, it's like wasn't there like hot dog eating contest too or something going
Yeah,
on?
so we're
yeah.
130 followers away from waxing one of the owner's chests on the live Facebook feed, and behind him, Ellie's going to be having a hot dog eating contest with
myself.
herself.
Okay,
So that's
I'm
going to be the
thrilled.
setup.
you're bound to win that one, aren't you?
She thinks she can
I
do
think
it.
I'm set up for a gold medal. Can I get a plaque if I win?
If you eat at least 20 hot dogs,
20.
Holy cow.
Yeah. I don't
20
think I can-
of Nathan's hot dogs. 20. Count them,
I'm
folks.
talking about the Nathan original, the 100% beef hot dogs. Those are girthy. Those are big hot dogs. 20 is a stretch.
Okay.
How many can you eat in one sitting just on a
Yeah.
on a
let's say
Wednesday?
it's been like a long day on the beach, you've been drinking a little bit, and you come back to eat a
She
Nathan's
wouldn't be
with
I'm not
drinking
hot
because
dogs.
drinking.
she's
I'm
19.
drinking water.
Oh shit, that's right. You're not of age.
I'm drinking one.
Oh, is that a good one? Did you find one?
I think she said so.
Okay,
yeah.
pause.
One hot dog.
One hot dog? That's it?
One hot
I
dog.
don't eat a lot.
Why would you promise the people a hot dog eating contest with
feel like
yourself if you
it-
can only get one down?
Because I feel like I can challenge myself.
By eating 2?
No, you take the water, you put the bread in the water, then you eat it, then
Oh,
you eat the
oh.
hot
You
dog.
weren't
She's gonna
talking
do
about
that?
the bread though. You were
Ellie,
talking
we're
about
just
how
gonna watch
girthy
you
the hot
vomit.
dogs were.
Yeah, because they're big. You said I'm eating 20 of them.
Ellie's a
That's lot.
fraud. Diesel Bandita's a fraud.
Here's what we'll do,
A
folks. We're
fraud?
going to put them all in
I'm
a
still
blender.
gonna do it.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, gross.
Put them in a
still gonna do
blender.
feeder.
Ew.
Well, no, you could just
That is
shotgun.
vile.
Okay.
Hot dog.
The
I
light
think I
bulb
can-
has found a
I
word.
think I can eat 10.
Think so?
10.
Yeah.
10.
Okay.
And
It'll be
how,
on
how long
video.
do we have to wait for this? Like,
We need 130
We
more
need
followers
130
on our
more
Facebook
followers.
so
page.
what is that? 500 then?
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
impressive. You guys got a lot of followers.
Oh,
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's because we forced everybody to follow.
Yeah, it
Oh,
is. Yeah.
We're
oh.
like, hey, can you please go on and follow our page?
Oh, that's why I need friends to follow me. I don't even have a Facebook yet. I'm working on it. I'm still in infancy of my podcast.
I mean,
Yeah.
we
Right.
just hyper fixated really
Yeah,
hard.
it was.
Okay.
Okay, there's your word.
Now take it away.
Oh,
She only gets 5
Yep.
seconds.
oh, sorry.
Colonel?
That's a good one. I was going to pick
Let's
one
try
before.
that again.
No, that was her pronunciation. She has to use it in a sentence now.
Okay. Use it in
Colonel?
a sentence.
I thought colonel.
Okay, use it in a sentence.
Is that not right? She's
Ellie,
I don't know.
the rules are we cannot tell you if you're right or you're wrong. You have to use it in a sentence.
And it has to do with safety.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
No, not
No.
really.
It's
No.
not safety.
No,
No,
Oh, I
no.
thought it was a safety word.
No,
No.
sorry.
No, it's
I
just
couldn't
a
think of
word.
a safety word.
Oh. Isn't that something along like presidency? Like,
Just use it in a sentence.
For the people in the back, let's hear the pronunciation one more time.
Hey, show your camera what the
is
word
it?
is.
What is it?
Oh.
Oh, well, I'm sure you could probably deduce what
Colonial?
the word is.
Colonial.
Did you say
Colonel?
colonel? Colonel is the final
Colonel.
answer? Okay. Use it in a sentence real quick.
All I can think about in my head right now is Abraham Lincoln.
Huh. Interesting.
Because I don't know.
Use it in a sentence, please.
No. Colonial.
Are we watching Ellie go through the 7 stages of grief right now?
All I
It's
can
that
think-
or a stroke.
Right now, it's now like Colonel Sanders instead of Colonel Sanders. Is that the word? Oh, that's how you pronounce it and spell it.
yeah, it is a funny
my
spelling. I'll
God.
give you that. But yes,
Colonel Sanders.
instead of
You were using it exactly right. Yeah, exactly right.
you did it.
Okay,
That
so
was
then
Yeah.
like yeah.
It's a
Well,
senior military person, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Colonel.
So,
Colonel.
But it's just spelled
why
kinda
is it
tricky.
spelled that way? I was thinking like popcorn Colonel.
Colonel.
Oh, sure. Yep.
Yeah, it should be spelled that way. I
That's-
agree.
Yeah.
Sounds right. Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, that threw me off.
It's a hard word. That's the name
No,
of the
I
game.
thought that was a safety word.
Oh, no. I mean, I like to call myself the Colonel of Safety.
Oh,
but that's,
Colonel
that's,
Lightbulb.
Oh, we should have called you Colonel.
Oh.
it's too late now.
Well, that's the
all right.
name of the
Colonel
We could do
episode.
Colonel Lightbulb.
Yeah.
I like it. But it's not Colonel.
Colonel Watt.
It's Colonel of Corn.
Kernel. Colonel.
Wow.
That's the episode name.
Lightbulb.
This is good. I am glad
that is-
I came.
I
I'm
love that.
like,
Well, I think we are
Frustrated,
encroaching
honestly.
on our time.
Yeah, I think we've hit it here, you
We
guys.
have hit it.
So,
Hey.
Yep.
unless you have anything else to add, you don't. Okay, that's good. Oh no. Okay. Again,
Yep.
Sam Watts with the Trucking Safety Podcast. Where can we listen to you again?
You can do Spotify, YouTube. I'm getting it on the website, but I'm not there yet.
Yes.
So, but yeah, Spotify. I guess there's other places you can listen to podcasts, but I only listen on Spotify.
Me too.
Yeah.
Same. Yeah.
So I know it's
Yep.
on Apple, I think now, and
Yeah.
all
Yep.
that stuff. And
Yep.
Tune in.
Yep.
If you're listening
Yep.
to Tune In,
For
don't
sure.
even know what that is, but it's on there.
I'm a
Okay.
Spotify.
So, but YouTube and Spotify.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Right on.
Okay, and we will post a link to your. What would you like? Would you like your Spotify or your YouTube?
Ooh, good question. I don't know.
I think we could do both.
We can do
Let's
both.
do
Let's
both.
Let's give
do
the
Why
people
not
an
both?
option.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
okay,
post
sure.
the links in our show notes
Absolutely.
here if
Cool.
you guys want to listen to Sam. As always, if you have any driver stories, you can submit them via email to trailertrashtrio@gmail.com. Follow our Facebook page at the Trailer Trash Podcast. Follow our Instagram page, Trailer Trash Trio. And I think that's it.
Yeah,
Did you
I,
mention
and,
TikTok?
and I mean our TikTok too.
Oh, our
but-
TikTok
yeah,
too.
yeah.
Yeah, we started TikTok.
I just dove into the world of TikTok.
Did
Yeah.
you?
I-
Good for you, Colonel.
No, it's not good.
No?
I'm
It
gonna
really
delete
isn't.
it, like, because I was told to do that for my podcast.
Yeah.
and I was like, I got on there. I'm like, I don't think I like this. So,
It's
Ellie has to do it for us. I'm not
yeah.
really about
See,
it.
and that's just it.
I can't navigate
yeah,
it.
I just. I
It's
don't-
hard for me.
Yeah, I don't get it. I'm just gonna stick with Instagram Reels
I just want TikTok to pay me.
to just scroll on TikTok.
No, to like just post videos.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
I,
good luck
reviews
with
I'll
that.
get there one
products.
day. I promise.
Yeah.
I'll be TikTok famous.
Cool.
I'll put you on there. Well,
But
we'll plug you.
Ellie, you should maybe reevaluate that next time.
No, honestly, like there was one day I think I got like 10,000 views on a video, and then I just started going through like all these companies that did like
Oh,
PR
yes.
mail, and I'd email them like, "Hey, do you want
Yes,
to
I
send our
remember
like
that.
us some stuff? We can review it."
And none of them
It
answered
was
her.
very humbling.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
But we'll make there one day.
But yeah, until next time, we just wanted to thank you very much for
Yes.
coming on
No,
to the
thank
show.
you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you very
no,
much.
Fantastic.
it was a blessing.
It was a treat.
It was a treat.
A sweet
So,
treat.
Yes.
This is Breast McGee over and out.
This is Chicken Lips over and out.
Diesel Bandita, over and out.
Oh, Colonel Lightbulb. Yeah, here we go. Yeah. And that'll do it for my conversation with the Trailer Trash Podcast, the ladies of the Trailer Trash Podcast. Make sure, okay, do this for me. Make sure you go check out their podcast. I will say it is 100% unique. It's really original. It's really fun to listen to. You could tell that they're just friends who are just talking about the trucking industry, and that really comes through in the conversations that they have. And hopefully it came through in the conversation that I had. I really want to thank the ladies up there for such a great time. Like, they bought barbecue and we had lunch beforehand, and it was delicious. And they're just very easy to talk to, and I really appreciate that. Something tells me this might not be the last time that you see Trucking Safety and the Trailer Trash Podcast connect, but I can't guarantee that, but something tells me that you might see some more stuff out of the two of us. So make sure that you go subscribe to their podcast. Make sure you subscribe to this podcast, because we really do appreciate it. We're just trying to, get the word out and talk a little transportation with the masses here. So anyways, as always, thank you very much for watching or listening. Please like and subscribe to this video. Please go rank the podcast on whatever platform you're listening to. And until next time, I usually try to have a witty saying here, but I got nothing. So I guess I'll just say, see you next time.